last couple seasons up till now, they began from pretty chaotic, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of people speculating about the job you were doing to where you are right now, and a lot of the success is due to some of the moves you had made and decisions. What has this been like for you personally, reaching this point, going back a couple of years till now?
I've always felt, comfortable in my position, in my relationship with ownership, and I've always felt the support. So, obviously I'm aware of the criticism because that comes with this job, and in particular this job in this city with this franchise, that expects so much. And I think that's a good thing because it challenges you, and the bar is raised pretty high, and why not shoot for the highest you can shoot for? I will say, when we went up 3-1, I was, at that point I felt, we got 3 bites at the apple. I figured, even if we lost, game 4, we still could get back to LA. So at that point I started to feel pretty comfortable. I didn't share that with anybody, but obviously it's good to be up, 3-1. And, when we got back to Los Angeles, we had workouts, and the day of the parade we had a 6:30 workout, so you don't have too much time to, sit back and reflect at that point. But I do, I will share when we were on Chickern Way in the parade and we made that right-hand turn onto Figueroa, and there were just like 40, 50 deep in people. That was emotional, to see that type of, support, for this organization and what they did this year. We sit at the games in our seats and we don't get out into the public and get involved in something like that. And to me, that was an emotional sign of support for this organization. That was comforting.
By my count, that was about 8 or 9 questions before anyone asked about yourself and the job you've done. And you said, I think right now, you probably got a couple minutes in there on the parade route to enjoy it. Are you going to have a little bit more time to enjoy what you'd accomplished?
Yeah, typically, in what we do, it's the end of August. It slows down a little bit. So it's no different than any other GM goes through. We're used to it by now. Certainly I am. I worked with Jerry as his assistant for 14 years, and I'm even not sure how long it's been now, 9 years, and it's really not changed. But it's what we're used to. And it does slow down in August. The best time of the year for me is normally in November. Our training camp is done. College season hasn't started yet, and you can really just watch your team practice, and that's another slow period.
I think part of what Andy was getting at is when you were taking all that criticism, generally the presumption would be when it all works out in the end, you enjoy some of the rewards. Do you feel like you've gotten any of that? I mean, Derek said the other day, once you get past Kobe and Field, there's not a lot of credit that goes room for credit to go around.
Yeah, there's not really time to sit back and do that. Like I said, we've been, we have the draft next week, and we've got to, get on that. We've got, 3 picks. I defer so much and rely so much on Ronnie Lester, and thank God, because I've been on the road trying to do the scouting, but also I've been with the team, every game in the playoffs, with the exception of one in Denver. And I couldn't, begin to imagine approaching the draft with less than a week to go. So to me, he's been a huge, support. You just don't have time. You really don't. And maybe the free agent thing will, go quickly, and it'll be mid-July, and we can sit back and relax a little bit. But that's not, what we plan for.